What's up, everybody? It's your boy Colin Subiambo, and welcome to another episode of Hoop Diaries. And today, we're going to be talking about something that can actually help you elevate your game to the next level, especially if you're a young player. We're going to be talking about basketball IQ.
Collins on the mic, take that journey inside.
So, what is basketball IQ? In my own words, I'll just say it's simple as being smart on the court. Okay, being able to make the right decisions at the right time on the floor. You get the ball, you're going for a fast break, you already have three players on defense. Why should I go and try making a hard layup? I can just wait for my teammates, give the point guard the ball, and you could set up something. That is an example of being smart. So we're going to go into different areas. There's a lot of things when it comes to developing your IQ or basketball IQ, but basically it's you being able to make the right decisions at the right time. You're not going to be perfect, but the more you can do that, the more you can say the higher your basketball IQ. Number one, understand proper court spacing. Understand the spots on the floor. You know, top of the key, wing, the corners. Understand this spacing. Here's the thing. Court spacing is what gives your offense an opportunity to breathe. If you're congested, and you've seen this even in our local games right now, even in our playoffs, teams are losing the ball because they are congested. And what I've come to learn is they're congested in the paint or in one area. What I've come to learn is that happens when you don't have a structure. Even in my own personal team, we struggle with this. The moment you don't have a structure, everybody is trying to do everything, or everybody is trying to do something. In their mind, they're trying to do something to help the team. So they're trying to move, or they're trying to get open to get the ball so that they can score because there's no structure. So something as simple as court spacing is a true indicator of a player who understands court spacing. So you must know the spots, you must know your role and where you will be mostly be at, and what to do when a player attacks to your side, when your teammate attacks the baseline. Where should you be? That is a question that I can give you guys. If your teammate attacks the baseline and you are on the opposite side, what should you do? I know you know it. Basically, you should drift to the corner so that he can have that open pass. That is basic court spacing. You understand? And these are things you can actually find on YouTube. Maybe I'll go into details about court spacing exactly in another video. But that is one thing you should understand: court spacing. Where should I be at what particular time? If you want to improve your basketball IQ, start taking note of the time in the game and the situation in the game. So, time, the situation is the score. Time and score, especially if you're a point guard, a smart point guard, you must be able now to start learning how to play the game at a particular time and at a particular score. So, are we looking for a three? Is it safe to look for a 2 point and then you play defense? How much time do I have? How much time do we have? Just trying to understand the situation of the time and score. This is something that you learn as you continue playing, but I feel like it's something really important, as a basketball player, to be able to like understand um, the time and score at any particular time of the game to help you make better decisions. And even as a coach, you can have your players play these situations to help them prepare mentally to make the right decisions when they find themselves in this situation. Okay, so remember that time and score, very important. Something that I see quite often is players playing with so much emotion that they end up making emotional mistakes and getting into foul trouble. So a call, the ref did not make a call on this other side. Go on defense and you just take a silly foul. The time one of the Umoja players just held Dima's hand, and he was going for a fast break. A silly foul at the middle of the court, and Thande is like ahead with 20 points. Like there's no need of making that foul. And at that time, Umoja was actually making a run. So if you do something like that, it's like you're bringing down the energy of the team. Momentum goes down. Understand? So what you have to understand is play the game emotionally, but don't be emotional. Okay, so show emotions, yeah, yeah, what, but don't be emotional to a point where you're making those emotional fouls. You get angry easily, you get offended easily, maybe on the ref's face all the time. You know, mm-mm. Play with emotion, but don't be emotional. Okay, so that you don't end up making silly fouls that get your team into um, foul trouble, which is an advantage for the other team. So a player who has a good or a high IQ understand this, and they just play. Understand? They try to play as hard as possible without making emotional mistakes. The thing is being able to explore mismatches. A good team or a good player that has a high basketball IQ will be able to notice and explore or exploit mismatches in a game really quickly. Maybe off a screen, the big man switches up, you're able to beat him to go to the rim, or are able to feed your other big man who's now maybe being guarded by a smaller player. Being able to exploit those mismatches is very important. A player might be, he's good on offense, he's a star player, but when it comes to defense, he's lagging. Are we able to explore that? Are we able to get into a structure where we're able to expose this player? And at times, you expose them too much, they are taken out of the game. And when they're taken out of the game, now they don't have the offensive weapon. Now we even explore them more. So being able to analyze such things, and it happens a lot in the NBA. You'll see a point guard calling for a screen just intentionally to make sure that when they switch, he has a mismatch and is able to attack the big man. So understanding mismatches and being able to execute, to explore or to exploit those mismatches is a true indicator of a team or a basketball player who has a high basketball IQ. High basketball IQ players are coachable and they are very good communicators. So if you want to improve as a basketball player, you want to improve your skills, you want to improve your knowledge of the game, you must be coachable. If you're not coachable, so nobody can get to you, number one. So if nobody can get to you, then it means you basically can't learn. Nobody can teach you. So players who are not coachable basically don't have high basketball IQ. And you can even see them when they are playing. The decisions they make, how they frown if they don't get the ball, you know, if a call is not made, how they react. They're not able to communicate even to the refs. Like, hey, coach, hey, ref, is this not a foul? Just check. I know you're doing a good job. You're trying your best. Just check on this, you know, and tell me if this is not a foul. And at times the ref, they're human beings. They make mistakes, but by you being able to communicate to them, they're able to adjust. So if you are a player, know how to communicate with your coach. Be somebody who asks questions. Ask questions. Ask your coach questions. And if you have a good coach, he's going to be ready to help you. And as a coach and as a player also right now, I can tell you for free, a player who has questions makes me better. Somebody who comes and tells me, hey, even in my DMs, hey, Kolo, I have this challenge. What can I do? Even if I don't know, I'll go and research, just to make sure that I am able to share something to help them, get better. That way, I'm also learning. So I'm also coachable, even as a coach. So as a player, if you want to increase your basketball IQ, start being coachable. So with that being said, understand that creating or developing this basketball IQ is something that will take time. I'm still learning the game right now. And what I would encourage you guys to do right now, watch a lot of games and not just highlights. Even if you watch highlights, try and understand before that shot what happened. How did he come off that screen? How was he able to make that pass? What was the court spacing? How was she able to make that decision? Especially if you watch like WNBA, EuroLeague, even the NBA. But I watch a lot of WNBA just to see how they make decisions, how they space the court. Once you start noticing these particular patterns, start trying them in a game. Keep your game as simple as possible. One dribble pull up, two dribble pull up, attack and dish. Oh, he's attacking to my side. I'm drifting or I'm coming behind them to make sure that if my teammate doesn't have anything, if he turns, I'll be there for that ball. Oh, the defender is overplaying. I take a back door. You understand? Like, watch the game, start analyzing the game, and even watch film breakdowns. They're on YouTube. Like, there's a channel called the Film Room, if I'm not wrong. The Film Room. That is a great channel to just help you understand, to just help you build your IQ, because they have very good tips. I've learned so much from them. Attacking the zone, playing the zone, fundamentals that you should have on the offensive side and on the defensive side. And these are things, they're basic things actually. But if you master them, if you know them, then your basketball IQ will grow. Okay. And lastly, here are some things that you should actually take note of. Number one, stay aware of boundaries like sidelines, that you avoid stepping out accidentally. Number two, big players can start fast breaks with smart passing after rebounds. So you as a big man, you should be able to rebound the ball and attack and be able to pass. You understand? So do your ball handling drills. Another thing is understand your teammates' strengths and play to them. Okay, very important. Always box out and rebound. These small details actually win the game. Box out and pick your rebounds. Very important. Pay attention to how referees are calling fouls and adjust your aggression. There are some games where you go to the game, the referees are very strict. There are some where they're easy, they're letting you guys play hard. So be able to note that very quickly and play according to that. Okay, so that you're on the advantageous side of the calls. Okay, don't overhelp on defense to avoid open shots for opponents. The last thing is court awareness is about knowing where everyone is, a true sign of high basketball IQ. And that is why it is important for structure. You see Luka making those passes, Magic Johnson making those fancy passes, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, Steph Curry. What I've come to learn and appreciate is most of this Chris Paul, most of these players are able to do this because they have a structure. So they know where every player is at a particular time. Yeah, it's not magic. It is something that they've worked on as a team, and they know where everybody is supposed to be at any particular time. Okay, so guys, I hope you got some value out of this video. I hope you got some tips to help you actually improve your basketball IQ, to help you play basketball better, and even just to enjoy the game more. Okay, and I feel like if you take these things seriously, you'll start watching games in a very different way, and it will help you actually improve. And right now, we're in our off season, so start taking these things and trying them when you go for your pickups, and see if the game becomes easier for you. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for coming through. I hope you got some value. I hope you're going to elevate your game. I hope you are going to increase your basketball IQ intentionally. Nishakupe tips. Sasa wewe ndio utafute zingine, okay, and then apply in the game, and you'll see how the game becomes a little bit easier for you. Man, I enjoyed myself. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself too. Remember to subscribe. I'm on my journey to 1,000 subscribers, so help me by just subscribing, sharing this video, commenting. Najua, I'm thankful for everybody who does that. Other than that, guys, man, remember your game, your responsibility. Keep writing on your diary, on your hoop diaries. And till next week, it's your boy Collins Odhiambo, and I'm out. Peace.
Yo, lace up the kicks, it's that time again. Collins in the lab, letting stories begin. From the court to the mic, he breaking it down. Hoop dreams, real talk, no cap, no clown. Bounce like a dribble, mind sharp like a pivot. Life lessons in the game, he gon' make you feel it. Late nights, bright lights, goals in the fog. Every episode a gem, welcome to the Lord. On Hoop Diaries, yes, more than a score. It's heart, it's hustle, it's truth at the core. So press play, lean back, let the moment ride. It's Collins on the mic, take that journey inside.